Do you have a 401k that you left at your old job? That's a phantom 401k. Go get your money. Today we're going to talk about that old 401k, the one you left at your other job, the one that you probably almost forgot about. But I'm going to give you some reasons why you should not forget about that money and why it's going to be important to you to roll that over to an IRA for future planning. Now, there are several different things that you can do with your old retirement account from your old employer. One thing you can do is you can leave it there. Do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Just let it sit there. Let it continue to invest. One of the negatives with this is you will not be able to contribute any new money to that account. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having the investment there, especially if you want compound interest and continual growth on your assets or on your investments. You're still going to be charged the management fees for managing the money. There may be additional fees for sending you out statements. There may be added fees as well because you're no longer an active participant of the plan. Now you may pay an additional fee that may be charged to you. The next thing you can do is you could cash it out. You could take all the money and say, hey, I left my employer. I don't want them to keep the money in that plan provider anymore. I want to take all my money and receive it to myself and go spend it. This is the wrong thing to do. And I always advise all of my clients, don't do this, lest it be for an emergency need of cash. Don't do this. The reason why, if you're under the age of 59 and a half, there's going to be a 10% penalty for withdrawing that money early. Additionally, you're going to be taxed on it. It's going to increase your tax bracket and you're going to pay a significant tax bill on all of that money that you've pulled out. One of the most popular options that you have with your old retirement account is to roll it over to an IRA. You can do a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. Now that's all predicated on whether you had a Roth 401k or a traditional 401k. There will be some tax consequences there if you make that mistake. So make sure you reach out to a professional and just ask the question before you make that decision to do so. Now, one of the biggest things and one of the biggest positives about using an IRA to roll over your funds to is that you'll have full autonomy over your investments. Oftentimes, you can also hire a professional money manager or like Warwick Advisors, and we can manage those assets for you, design a portfolio that's tailored for you specifically. But this is a great thing because you're not locked into the select investment choices or selections that the plan provider selected for you that may be obsolete at this time and may not fit your specific needs and goals. So rolling your account over to an IRA allows you to do that. It also allows you to mitigate some of those fees that I mentioned earlier. The old plan provider, if you're no longer an active participant in that plan, there could be additional fees, there could be higher fees, there could be a change in the management structure, and a lot of things that could take place that you're not aware of. One of the last things that's a benefit about rolling it over to an IRA is when you become 70 and a half, as it is currently right now in 2019, you will have to take out an RMD. That RMD is a required minimum distribution. Now, one of the craziest things in the world is to have an old 401k with an old employer that's 10 or 20 years old. It could still be growing, it could still be gaining, but you really don't have access to that account. It's a great possibility that that plan participant or the plan sponsor, I should say, has changed. The plan administrator may have changed. The company may have been sold 1, 2, or even 3 or 4 times. So it may be very hard for you to go find that old phantom IRA. And one of the negatives about that old phantom IRA is when you reach the age of RMD status, they're going to automatically start deducting that RMD and sending you the cash directly, and you're going to be taxed for it. Now, this eliminates any other things that you may have wanted to do with the RMD, possibly any philanthropic giving that you want to do with the RMD, or any other type of charitable gifts that you want to actually do with the RMD to mitigate taxes. So I encourage you, if you haven't already spoke with someone and you have one of those phantom 401ks or phantom retirement accounts that are out there, reach out to Warwick Advisors. We'll go over all the options and find out the best option that is for you.